I had a baseball coach when I was younger who said, running doesn't make you better at baseball, it makes you better at running. And even at that impressionable age, I knew that probably wasn't the best advice because, running improves cardiovascular health, strengthens the legs, it's part of baseball, So even then I realized that, okay, maybe running isn't necessarily going to make me better at baseball, but some of the things are transferable from running to baseball. And creative writing's kind of like that because you practice organization, you practice sharing experiences, communication. You kind of get to make sense of the world through your own voice in a world full of voices. I like to push my students to step outside of their comfort zones, to take creative risks, and to explore things that they might not have explored doing otherwise. So in order to help students find their creativity, especially ones who feel like they're not creative, I think it helps to kind of just slow down and take a look at the world around you because there's poetry in everything around us. So part of being creative is just being mindful of the world around you. When I was at the Antioch Writers Workshop, there's a poet named Gail Brandis who was doing this workshop with a whole bunch of people, like probably 100 of us in there, and she passed out strawberries and they looked delicious. I mean, you wanted to eat it right away, but she said, don't eat it, don't eat it. Now just take a minute and write about it, write about the strawberry. And so we had to really slow down and use all of our senses. And then she said, okay, now eat it, but don't swallow it, just chew it for a little bit and think about, what does it really taste like and what are all of your senses feeling? And it really showed me that, there's so much more to the world around us that we don't necessarily pay attention to, but if we take the time to slow down, we can find the answers, we can find that creativity that we might not be able to find otherwise. I think that there's a misconception that you have to be an English person in order to enjoy writing or to take a creative writing class. But I've had students in creative writing from fields like welding or biology, and I've had those students come back to me and ask, could you write a letter of recommendation for me? And I think the reason why they find that valuable is because they recognize that, your technical skill in your particular field is really, really important. But it's also important to be able to communicate effectively and to organize effectively and to be creative and problem solve, and that all of those things are related to our English courses. Plus stories give us these shared experiences. And the more shared experiences we have, the broader our worldview. And we're able, I think, to better relate to the people around us and have empathy for the people around us. And that's an incredibly valuable skill in an employee, but it's also a valuable skill as a person, as a member of a society.